Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Tiger. Uh, Up here today with part 6 of the PlayStation 2 collection. And I'm going to keep the intro nice and short. Got a few games here to go through, and of course, some pretty good ones here, as well as some hidden gems here and there. So let's see what we can do. First up, we have Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. Some of the Hot Wheel games are actually pretty fun, like arcade racers with crazy tracks and challenge modes and stunt modes. And there are quite a few Hot Wheel games, and to be honest, most of them are pretty fun games actually. And we know Hot Wheels is now more of a it's a kids thing, but it's a shame they don't really make Hot Wheel games anymore because they used to be pretty good. Then we have Hunter. Then we have Hunter the Reckoning Wayward. It says actually not a bad game actually. It's like a top-down action beat 'em up hack and slash. It's kind of a interesting game. I think I played it once before when I was younger, and I think there's two of them actually. I can't remember. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's one to check out actually. I have to go back and try this one again. It's a Sierra title as well. Then we have Hitman, Blood Money. Of course, Hitman is a franchise today. There's loads of Hitman games, and to be honest, I'm not that good at them. To be honest, that's probably why I haven't really played many of them. But they're really good games for what they are. Of course, the whole objective is you have to kill a certain person, but there's so many ways you can do it, and so many intricate ways to kill someone, and of course with all your disguises and things, and it's a crazy game series, and obviously got better with each version. I think there were 4 on PS2. Then we have Hitman 2, of course, Silent Assassin. I think this is the one that most people know when it comes to the Hitman games. This was probably the most common Hitman game out of the bunch. Then we have Home Alone, another masterpiece by Blast. Again, Blast known for their terrible movie games. Why Home Alone needed another game, I don't know. None of the Home Alone games were ever that good. Then we have Heroes of Might and Magic, Quest for the Dragonbone Staff. Part of the Might and Magic series. It's got some sort of rogue elements to it, randomized gameplay. Definitely one worth checking out, actually, I think. So yeah, I love roguelike games, of course, randomized dungeons, that kind of thing. Definitely has a lot of replay value to them, those sort of games. Then we have Hurdy-Gurdy, another sort of forgotten platformer, I guess. Never played it, don't know how good it is. And we have GoldenEye Rogue Agent. There are 4 versions of GoldenEye. It's crazy. There was the original, then there was this one, but this isn't a remake. This is like a standalone thing. And then, of course, there was the Wii version, and then the Xbox 360 version. And also now there's the Source version on PC. This game is actually not too bad, actually, of course. But I think it had some problems when I played it last. And we have Go Go Golf, another budget title golf game. Lots of golf games on the PlayStation 2. Global Defense Force. This is the game that spawned the EDF series, and I love the EDF games. This one's called GDF, but lots of aliens and giant bugs to kill, lots of weapons, and it's kind of a bland game, but they're pretty fun games if you've got someone to play them with. You can just lots of missions and collectible, stuff like that. They're crazy series, of course. I believe there was 2 free Global Defense Force games on the PS2. There's one which is called like Monster something, which is the first one, and then there's also a tactics version which I don't have. Then we have Gladiator Sword of Vengeance, an acclaimed title. I actually like these sort of gladiator style games, lots of hack and slash, violence and crazy kills and things. These are the sort of games that I enjoy playing on PS2. Then we have Giant Citizen Kabuto. I'm not entirely sure what kind of game this is. It's It's yeah, I think it's a action game. Yeah, it looks kind of interesting, to say the least. Then we have Ghost Hunter. This is the Ghostbusters game that we should have had on PS2. This is actually a pretty good hidden gem I hear. It's kind of like a mix between Resident Evil and Ghostbusters, if you can believe that. Then we have Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. Gran Turismo 3 is an excellent game. The only problem I have with this game is the load times are a little bit long, but it is a pretty big game, that's why. Then we have Grand Tour Racing 400, another series in the GT series. Not Gran Turismo, the GTR. Then we have Gran Turismo 4, in my opinion, the best racing game on the PlayStation 2 and of that generation. Excellent game. The graphics are amazing. 700 cars. It's crazy. This game has so much in it. In fact, this game, you know, you needed like a whole memory card just to play this game. You know, it's crazy. Obviously, I have a pretty big memory card, like 128 megabytes one, which is obviously small by today's standards, but back in the day, it was, you know, pretty big. But this game is excellent. This is the one race simulator that I actually enjoy. It's kind of weird because I didn't really like and played 5 and 6 and obviously Sport. But obviously 4 was the epiphany, the peak of racing simulators on PlayStation 2, and of course the ones on PlayStation 1 were the peak for racing games on PS1, and of course this game just mastered all of that stuff that the previous games had. And we have the ever-loved Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. In my opinion, the best Grand Theft Auto game of all time. This game just had it all. Excellent story, amazing open world, lots to do. A challenging game at times, as is the case with most Grand Theft Auto games. But this game actually did get... I say a remaster, but it came out on Xbox 360 and PS3. But I believe you can also get it on PS4 as well. Of course, with the updated graphics, slightly upgraded graphics and achievements and all that stuff. That's probably how I would say play it if you want all that stuff. But still, the PS2 version was obviously the most common version, and it still is today. But this game is excellent. Then we have Happy Trail Hamster Ball, another masterpiece by Phoenix. Actually, this don't look too bad. It kind of looks like Monkey Ball or something. And if that's the case, I ain't going to say no to a Monkey Ball style game. I do like Super Monkey Ball games, but this is a Phoenix. Happy Trail is a hamster company, I believe. They make like hamster balls and things. Then we have the Half-Life, the original Half-Life, where it all began. Of course, Half-Life is known is such an amazing series because it pretty much Half-Life 2 basically created that engine, and you know, the physics engine and everything about it was an amazing series. And I haven't actually played through all the Half-Life games, but if you're going to play Half-Life, get the orange box on Xbox 360. It worked on Xbox One, and you get all 3 Half-Life 2 games, and of course the original Half-Life is on PS2. On other systems as well. Happy Feet, another forgotten movie. This is kind of like a mix between a platformer and a racing Dance Revolution style game. Yeah, I've never played it, but it might be worth a try just for a laugh. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Me and my friend used to play this game to death when we was a kid. You know, really, actually, a really good Harry Potter game. Most of the Harry Potter games have been alright, but this one was actually pretty fun. Almost like an isometric top-down style game, and it's actually a really fun game. Check this one out. It reminds me a lot of like the Lord of the Rings game in a way, and it's a really good game. If you're going to play a Harry Potter game, I recommend this one. I haven't actually watched any of the Harry Potter films apart from the original, so... Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I believe this one was more of a Yeah, I know one of the Harry Potter games was like a cover-based shooter. I think most of the Harry Potter films had a game apart from the last one, I think. Hot Wheels beat that. Another pretty awesome looking racing game, of course. Nothing too serious. Then we have Headhunter and Headhunter Redemption. I believe Headhunter was a Dreamcast game. I could be wrong. These look like pretty good games, actually, made by under the Sega thing. I want to check this out. Sega don't make the games. They're a publisher. They hire companies under them to work on their games. Someone commented the other day about that, and they don't make the games. I know Sega probably has a hand in helping making the game, but for the most part, they hire smaller studios under them to work on their games. Unless the game just says Sega, then it is a Sega only game. It's like Sonic Team make the Sonic games, and Gyoza Studios make, Yakuza and so forth. So when you see a Sega game, always look for that little logo next to them, and that's the game that normally makes the company that normally makes it. Headhunter and Headhunter Redemption. These games look pretty good, actually. I ain't gonna lie, I have to try this one out. They look like pretty fun, like shooter games. They kind of look like almost like a Siphon Filter style of game. We have Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. I remember the Ice Age films. They were pretty funny. Haven't seen them all. As for the games, I don't know. I know there was a new Ice Age game as well, actually, not too long ago. Then we have IndyCar Series 2005. Of course, fast-paced racing game. Lots of speed and crashes to have in there. Then we have International Q Club, a pool game with like puzzle elements. Of course, lots of different puzzles you can solve with pool. That's your thing. And we have Indiana and the Emperor's Tomb. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. It's a shame Indiana Jones didn't have as many games as Star Wars, but some of the Indiana Jones games are actually really good. Other ones are a little bit disappointing, but some of them are pretty good. I can't remember if it was this one. There were 2 Indiana Jones games on PS2, and I can't remember if it's this one or the other one. That was a good one. IndyCar Series, I believe this was the first one. 2005 was probably the sequel. International Q Club 2. Of course, if you didn't get enough of the first one, there's the second one. Intellivision Lives. It's a good compilation of Intellivision games, but it doesn't translate very well because the Intellivision controllers were kind of unique and very hard to they're kind of hard to work on other controllers. If you want to play Intellivision, then play Intellivision, I guess, or get one of the Intellivision mini consoles. Well before my time, so I don't really have much nostalgia for it. But a cool concept. Jackie Chan Adventures. There was a Jackie Chan Stuntmaster on PS1, which was considered to be a pretty fun game. I don't know how good this is. I never actually watched the Jackie Chan Adventures show. I do remember it. I think I played the one on Game Boy Advance, actually. Then we have Judge Dredd. Dredd versus Death, of course. Judge Dredd is a pretty awesome universe in its own right. As for the game, I don't know how good the game is. I played it once before when I was younger, but it's made by Rebellion, so it can't be that bad, right? But I like the Judge Dredd universe. I still prefer the Stallone movie to the new one. Hot Wheels World Race, another pretty crazy Hot Wheels racing game there. Then we have Heat Seeker. This game's considered to be really good. It's a flight simulator, but it's very arcadey from what I hear. This is meant to be a really good game, actually. Hello Kitty Roller Rescue. Of course, the most manliest of men will play this game, of course. Heroes of the Pacific. Another flight simulator. I know one of the flight games on PS2 actually has an unlockable TIE fighter in it, I believe. I can't remember what game it was. It might have been like Flight of the Pacific. I don't know. Haven Call of the King, I believe. I don't know if this was a Dreamcast game originally. It's a platformer. It's average. I've tried it out. I didn't really think too much of it. Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, Special Edition. The only Harvest Moon that wasn't on a Nintendo console, apart from the new ones, of course. But yeah, this game is absolutely amazing. It's one of the most fun. It's a really good game. It has a lot of. It is kind of drawn out. It takes a long time to get things in the game, but it's a really nice paced game and lots. It's a very trivial game, but at the same time, it's quite relaxing and stuff. Just farming your way through. It's got a bit of a story to it, but it's very relaxing game, and don't take it too. You can take it quite seriously, but at the same time, if you play this after you watch a horror movie or something, it will calm you down, I guess. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I believe this also has some iToy features in it as well, so you could even play with the iToy in that game as well. And Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. Like I said, I haven't really watched Harry Potter enough or read them to really care much about the games. But of course, there is Quidditch. Of course, the sport in Harry Potter. Ghostmaster, The Gravenville's Chronicles. I believe it's kind of like a Poltergeist on Sega Genesis, I think. It's all about scaring your family and puzzles and stuff. Kind of an interesting concept here. And we have Ghost Rider. I don't know if this is based on the Nicolas Cage film or just Ghost Rider in general. It looks kind of good, but I wouldn't imagine it being too good. Then we have Garfield. This is the PAL Garfield game. There are a few Garfield games on PlayStation 2. Again, I don't really much care for Garfield that much. I don't hate it, but I just haven't read or watched them enough. Then we have Get on the Mic. It's a rap-themed karaoke game. We have Genji. I believe this was also remastered on the PlayStation 3. I think it's kind of like a Neo. If you like Neo, it's kind of like that or something. Neo on the Xbox One and PS4. Gauntlet, Seven Sorrows. A updated version of Gauntlet. I like Gauntlet. This game's pretty good. It's like a 3D version of the classic Gauntlet game. Gadget Racers. Kind of like a precursor to Road Trip, made by the same people, of course. A really fun little game. It's a sequel to Penny Racers, I believe, on N64. Then we have G-Surfers. Another futuristic racing game. Plenty of them out there. Goblin Commander. Real-time strategy game, I believe, on the PlayStation 2. G1 Jockey. Koei don't just make Dynasty Warriors. They made a bunch of jockey games and horse racing games as well. Golden Age of Racing. Looks very interesting. Old school cars there. Gran Turismo Concept. Tokyo Geneva. There is also another Gran Turismo Tokyo game, but it only came out in Japan, and I believe that was 2003. So be aware of that. There is a Japanese version of this game, which is different as well. Of course, still, Gran Turismo. Then we have Jet Iron GP. I can't remember if I tried this game out, actually, or not. I don't think I did. It's a futuristic racing game, kind of like Wipeout or something. We have Jetix Puzzle Buzzle. Another Blast title, but at least they stuck to something kind of basic rather than, trying to copy a film, I guess. We have Juiced, THQ's answer to Need for Speed, but this game actually did pretty well. I remember this game, a lot of people saying this game is actually not as bad as you think. It's actually kind of a good series. And we have Jet Ski Riders, jet ski game, Idios, of course, same people who made Tomb Raider. Then we have Johnny Mosley's Mad Tricks, made by 3DO, the same company that made the Army Men games. I believe it's like a skiing game. There's snowboarding as well, I guess. We have Just Cause, of course. It all started, the first one. I remember playing it on the Xbox 360 and being amazed at this game, but it just hasn't kept its play value over the years. Just Cause 2 is still a fun game to go back and play, but the first one isn't as good. Jaws Unleashed. A really fun, interesting concept here. The player is obviously the shark, who everyone calls him Jaws, but he's not called Jaws. They never call him Jaws in the movie. But if you ever wanted to play as a shark and going around eating people and stuff, here you go. This game's actually quite sought after in some places. Jackass the movie, the game. Kind of like the Little Britain game. It's just all crazy stuff. I've never played this, so maybe it might be worth a try just for the thing. I do like the show. I love the show. ISS. This basically was the precursor to PES, Pro Evolution Soccer. Inspector Gadget. Mad Robot Invasion. Another show I never really watched as a kid. International Snooker Championships. There's plenty of snooker games. I do like playing snooker and pool in real life, but not so much video games. International Supercars, a go-kart racing game, quite literally a kart racer. And then the last two we have Iron Aces 2 Birds of Prey. I believe the original was on Dreamcast. I already have played this game and it's terrible. I did not like it at all. My one problem I had with this game is that when you see an enemy, it says, "I'll kill this enemy to beat the level," and then the enemy just disappears and there's no way of catching up with them. It's pretty bad. Not the worst game, but you know. And then last we have Iron Man, the official video game. Maybe also under Sega. So the Iron Man games aren't amazing, but what do you expect? The Marvel Avengers game will probably do justice on Iron Man, at least. So there we have part 6 done today. I like I said, I'm really enjoying going through this again and seeing what games we have and which ones we don't have, and of course I still have a lot to go through and get. I might do a pickups video at some point soon. Maybe, I don't know yet. We'll see. And stuff like that. I'm going to be playing some more Zombie Army 4 tonight. Actually really enjoying Zombie Army 4. Really fun game. It plays kind of more like Strange Brigade, and I did try Strange Brigade, but I didn't ever get back into it because I had problems at first with the camera angles and stuff. Maybe it's changed now. Maybe I'll go back and play it one day. But Zombie Army 4 is a really good game. It's just fun. A lot of people compare it to Left 4 Dead or World War Z. I don't think it kind of has elements of that, but I think it's more of its own style of game, and it's a really fun game. And definitely one worth checking out. I'm still working on my Red Dead Redemption 2. I've been doing my interactive map, and of course working slowly on getting everything, and I am working my way through it slowly, and eventually I will get everything, and hopefully get that 100% achievement, of course, before I move on to something else. I do need to finish my Yakuza 2 and stuff like that, so there is still a lot of work to do with some games and things, and hopefully we'll work on that throughout the months, and of course but anyway guys, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like, and of course comment below. Let me know what you've been playing recently, any upcoming games you want to get. I might be getting Warriors of Rocky 4 Ultimate on Switch next week. That might be what I get. I don't know. I'll see. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already, and join the family. And as always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Mad Kiger. And I might stream tonight on Zombie Army 4. I don't know yet. I'll let you know. And as always, guys, have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.